Don't be scared, be courageous. If you approach it with an open mind and open heart, I think PyTorch is the best. But these nannies will be robots. They ask like 1,000 questions, he will have 1,000 answers. The Faculty of Computer Science, they provide really good support system for their employees and for the people.
Hello, it's ChatFCS, and today we have a special guest, research assistant at the Laboratory of Big Data Analysis Methods, PhD student at the Faculty of Computer Science, Ibrahim Anwar. Hello.
Hi.
And my first question for you is, how did your journey in science begin?
Okay, so since I was a little child, I was really curious about everything. I would ask the weirdest questions, like, for example, why is the sky blue? Why is the, I don't know, like anything would intrigue my curiosity. And this is why I was really into science, into mathematics, into all this kind of stuff. And as I progressed in my, let's say, academic journey, we had our first, let's say, course in like computers and how does algorithm works and all this stuff. And then like I felt like it makes a lot of sense for me, basically the way that humans talk to computers and the way that computers understand it made a lot of sense. And since then I had a huge passion toward, let's say, informatics, machine learning, all this stuff. It was basically something that's really interesting for me, and this is how I started my journey till I reached here.
And did you have some any early inspirations in the sphere?
Yeah, so basically, my first teacher, the one that taught us about algorithms, he had a huge part in basically getting me to like, let's say, how computer works and all this stuff. And then after that, I think like I started researching on my own. Then I stumbled upon this really cute documentary. It's not cute, it's great documentary, talking about basically how machine learning was able to beat a human in some field. And I felt like this is the future. So this inspired me a lot, like to, let's say, continue my work in machine learning and into artificial intelligence and all this stuff. Yeah, so it was.
And as a woman in IT,
Yeah.
have you faced some challenges?
I hate to say yes because I'm not somebody who would complain and be like, oh, because I'm a woman, but I can sense that there isn't a lot of representation for women in IT. Like, I would hope that more women would be encouraged to join this field, but I think, like, in their mind, it's basically a field for nerds, or it's a field for some people who, let's say, who want to spend all their time on the computer and all this stuff. So I feel like there is low representation for women. I hope that there will be more representation for women in IT field.
Okay, and now I want to ask questions about our faculty.
Okay.
How did you decide to pursue your master's in Moscow?
Yeah, so this is basically a personal story. After let's say, I finished my bachelor back in my country, my brother was already living here, and I had a dream of moving to another country. Like, I wanted to travel, I wanted to see the world, and he had a huge part in convincing me. You say like, Moscow is amazing, you should come, you should blah blah blah. And then like I applied to HSC and I got accepted for a scholarship. This is how I came here for my master's and now for my PhD. I guess I liked it.
And why did you choose FCS, our faculty? Why?
So basically, I have a huge passion for, let's say, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all this stuff. So I decided to study for my master's. I decided to study data science, and then I felt like this is a good, like, it's a good place. The teachers are really, let's say, helpful. They want to be, they want to help you. They want to guide you to the correct path, and I felt supported here. So this is why I decided to continue my PhD here.
And what challenges did you face with the relocation?
With the location, not so much, but with the language, I had some challenges because, I tried to study Russian, but it's a bit difficult for me, like to be fluent in Russian. Like I feel like the difficulty of the Russian language is the main challenge that I am facing right now. So, but other than that, like everything is cool. Like I like my supervisors, I like my work. I like. I don't have any other, let's say, problems except for being fluent in Russian.
But it's okay for you now? Is it comfort for you to study here?
So my supervisor and most of my coworkers, they all speak good English, so they all communicate with me in English. So it's not that huge of a deal, but I would be more comfortable if I was able like to speak with them fluently in their own language. So I'm trying, I'm working on it, but I'm still not at the point where I'm like I'm fluent in Russian.
Okay.
Like I can have a full conversation with jokes and all this stuff. It's still a bit challenging for me.
Maybe in a few years. I really believe in you.
Thank you. I'm trying my best. Hopefully.
And if we talk about Russia, what were your first impressions of this country?
I really liked Moscow. So I don't want to say that I've seen all of Russia because it's like the biggest country in the world. It has a huge variety of different cultures, different everything. But for me, I really liked Moscow. The fact that it has really rich history and at the same time it's really modern. So this contrast, it attracted me a lot. So I think I can say I fell in love with Moscow. Like it's really beautiful city. It's so clean. Like they take really good care of it. Like if there is a holiday, if there is any other event, they would make a lot of effort to decorate everything, to put really huge, let's say, lights, and they really take care of it, which something that I really liked about Moscow. So I liked
If
Moscow.
this is this rhythm of life and the speed of life of comfortable for you?
When I first came here, the first thing that I bought, so back in my country, we're really social people. So if you put headphones while you're walking in the street, like people will gossip. Like they'll say, like, what the hell is his problem? Like, why is he wearing headphones or something? But here, the first thing that I bought after I came here was headphones, because everybody has headphones, everybody like has a place to go, everything is so fast. So at the beginning I was shocked a little bit, like can you please walk slowly? But then after like a couple of weeks or something, I got used to it. Now I get annoyed if somebody is walking really slow. I'm like, hurry up, like we have places to go. But yeah, like I got used to it eventually. Now I think I like it. Like if somebody is walking too slow, I'm like, come on, dude, we need to go. Yeah, but so now I like it.
And have you visited any other cities in Russia?
I went to St. Petersburg. It's really beautiful. It's not like Moscow. Like for me, I prefer Moscow more, but it's really beautiful. Also, a lot of architectural, let's say, sites, a lot of beautiful churches. I went also to Novosibirsk. It was
Wow.
basically a business job, like a business trip. I didn't plan to go there, but basically for our project, like we needed to go to Novosibirsk. I think it's scientific city, more of a scientific city. So it was really cold, like minus 45 degrees or something. And I remember at one point, like I was walking with my supervisor, and like I had my hair down, like I wasn't wearing, let's say, I wasn't covering all my hair. Yeah, I had I had a hat, but here I think it was showing, so my hair got frozen. So it was like stuck in the same shape. I was so I was panicking a lot. I told my supervisor, like, look, my hair is frozen. Like, what is going to happen right now? I was panicking. He was like laughing so much. Like it's okay. Like you just go back home and it will stop being frozen. But yeah, like it was a nice trip, I'm gonna say. But I didn't really see all of Novosibirsk, just a couple of places.
But some winters in Moscow are also cold. Yeah,
Yeah.
is it okay for you?
Well, for me, like as long as it's warm inside, then I don't care. Like, because you don't really get to, let's say, like if you don't want to go in the cold, you don't have to. Like, you can take the metro, take the bus, take everything. Like, you won't have to go into the cold. So it doesn't really, let's say, affect me in a weird way. It's cold. It's fun. Not a big problem.
Okay, and now you have this experience of studying abroad. And what would you give? What advice would you give to people who are considering moving abroad for studies or for work?
Yeah. Don't be scared. Like, if they are planning to move abroad, like, be prepared to face a lot, like, to get out of your comfort zone. Like, everything will seem, in the beginning, everything will seem really scary. Everything will seem like a accomplishment. Like, I remember, I think the first time I went to the grocery store, I felt like, oh, I have accomplished something. Like, just buying grocery for me was like a huge accomplishment in the beginning. So don't be scared, be courageous. If you approach it with an open mind and open heart, you will enjoy a lot. Like, moving to another country or just getting to know a different, let's say, culture is a really interesting thing for you. Like, you should do it. For me, I think they should try it.
And what led you to start your PhD studies?
So in my master's, I felt like I still wanted to research. Like, I didn't feel like, oh, I've had enough of research. Like, I just want to get, like, let's say, a boring job where you just basically, like, 9 to 5 job or something like this. I felt like I still want to see what is new in technology, like what is happening every day. So this is why I decided, like, a PhD is the best route for me, because you would still be really close to all the new technology, and you can still, like, decide which one will attract you the most. So this is why I decided on PhD.
And how did you choose your research supervisor and your research topic?
So for my research topic, I had great passion for it, and I have worked with it in my bachelor's and in my master's. So it was basically the thing that I was really passionate about. And then for my supervisor, like, I just asked some student, like older students, like, who would work on this project, and then they told me, like, you should talk to this guy, they all work with this project. And then basically, after having some interviews, I decided that one of them, like, really understood my view, and then, like, we clicked, and then this is how I decided on him.
And can you explain your research topic in a few simple words? Not maybe
Yeah.
not in a few, just in a simple words.
Okay, so I'm working with something called reinforcement learning. It's basically another type of machine learning where let's say, the agent, or the smart being, or the model, I don't know how do you call it, but basically let's call it the robot, or so in this reinforcement learning, the robot just learns like us humans. Like, it doesn't take a lot of data. It doesn't take a lot of, let's say, this abstract aspect of machine learning. It just learns like humans. So for us humans or children, they don't learn by taking a lot of data. They just see something and they interact with it, and then they get a feedback from this interaction. So for example, if the baby touches a hot surface, they will get burned. So they know that I shouldn't touch something hot because I will get burned. So this is how reinforcement learning works. You don't have to, let's say, give a lot of data. You just have to treat your robot as a child, and then this child will learn by interacting with an environment. So this is basically the thing that I am most passionate about. And this type of machine learning technique is used a lot in optimization problems, and it has proven that it can beat humans in the way that it learns. So it was able to defeat world champions in games like chess, like Go, like a lot of complicated games. So I am using this technique to try to optimize accelerator control. This is basically a lot of physics, so I don't want to get you into the physics part, but basically I'm just trying to use reinforcement learning to optimize a real world task, or to find the perfect control for this real world task. Yeah.
And you really like this theme, yes? And
Yeah.
it's interesting for you, I see.
Yeah. So for me, the documentary about reinforcement learning beating the world champion in this game called Go, it was the point where I decided, like, yeah, this is what I want to do in the future, because you can see how this, let's say, scientist working so hard on creating this machine, and you can see like the humans like working so hard to, let's say, to beat this machine. So you can tell like they tried, like all of them, they tried their best, and at the end like the AI won, which was really, it's bittersweet. So at some point they were like, oh, like we really lost, like the player was really sad because like he's really smart guy, but at the same point where they were like, oh, like we just created a machine that is smarter than us, which is really great, like we have done something great. But at the same time, like it's a bittersweet moment. So for me, like this documentary was like, oh, like this is this is what the future is going to look like just us creating machines that can, like, that we created with our own hands, but they can be let's say really useful for us in the future. They can surpass us with their abilities. So I don't know why, but I'm basically an advocate for these machines. Like I want them to be created.
And don't you afraid of this progress of artificial intelligence?
So in some, let's say, you can say I'm a little bit scared, but at the same time I'm not that scared, because at the end, like, first of all, we are creating these machines, like we can add all the rules that will stop them from attacking us or from basically harming us humans. But for me, like, I try to see the positive let's say aspect of this, which is basically like if somebody like they want, like if there is an elderly person and we want like to take care of them, like we can create this robot and this robot will take care of this elderly person like who doesn't have anybody. Or if like let's say if like humans are too let's say too tired to do a tedious job, like these machines are going to do these tedious jobs without us being stressing over it. Like I've heard one guy talking about nannies for children, but these nannies will be robots. So for me I was like I don't know if I want that for my children, but I understand, because like you see on the news a lot of times, like when you entrust your children to real humans, they sometimes like they get too tired with the child, or like they don't, like, because the child, they ask like why all the time. And as a human, we'll be like, okay, just stop talking. I don't want to tell you why. But I think a robot will have a lot of patience, like will be like, yes, like this is the reason, like no matter if they ask like 1,000 questions, he will have 1,000 answers. So in some point I feel like, yeah, it's a good thing, and at another point, I feel like, oh, it's scary, because because like everything we have created as a human so far is basically a double-edged sword. Like you can use it for good or you can use it for bad, and I want to believe that the good will outweigh the bad for the future. Hopefully, let's hope.
It sounds like it's okay when your child spent all his free time with robots.
It's not all his free time, but I would imagine, like, if I was basically a working mother or a working parent, and if I want to entrust my child to somebody who might harm them in a way, like I would prefer that, okay, like a robot, like, you know, that they will never harm your child, but a human, like, because I don't know, maybe I've seen a lot of bad news about the humans, like not paying a lot of attention to children or something like this. It's really far in the future. We're still far away. We're not at that point yet.
Okay, and if we talk about science, who or what inspires you in the sphere now?
So there is this one scientist, and I really think that she's doing a great job. Her name is Natasha Jack. So I think she's in Canada or the US. Like she's in these two countries, and she's working on something called social reinforcement learning, which is basically the way that us humans learn. So for us, we don't just learn by basically, let's say, going to school and just learning that 1 + 1 = 2. We learn from other people around us. So basically, I would see that this other human did something, and then I would try to mimic them in a way, and at the same time I would try to interact with the environment and see like what happens. So this is basically what she is doing. She's using reinforcement learning plus something called social learning, which like interacting with other agents in the environment, interacting with seeing how other let's say humans are doing, and then the machine will try to mimic them and at the same time like interact with the environment. So her work, I think it has a lot of potential for me, like.
And what areas of research are you most interested now?
I feel like everything related to machine learning is interesting for me right now. There are a lot of new technologies coming up by the second now, like not even by the day. Like I remember when I first started in my bachelor, like you would start working on researching something, and then after a couple of weeks or a couple of months you'll be like, okay, like I have something new. But now, like, I had this happen to me. Like I would start working on a new idea, and then after 2 days, like I would see like, oh, somebody else is now working on this idea. So people are really moving so fast in advancing machine learning. So it's it's fun to keep up like with what people are doing right now. Like there's something new every day, like literally every day, even every hour.
And you also have a scientific paper on Twitter natural disaster detection.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting. How did you choose this theme?
So basically it was asked of me, like somebody had this idea and they told me like, can you do it? And I was like, yeah, like sure, this sounds interesting. And the main idea behind it is that like right now mainstream media is not the main source for news, let's say. So a lot of people let's say will be present at the site, and then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I just saw like let's say a car accident, or they would share like basically an earthquake or something like this. So the first let's say the first time or the fastest way to get your news right now is through social media. And this basically this let's say system, what it does is that it scans social media posts, especially Twitter, and then it sees like if there is let's say natural disaster or a traffic accident or somebody has fainted or something like this. It will try to say like, oh okay, like we should alert authorities or someone like that. But for me, the system was basically just scouting the internet and finding that, oh, there is a disaster in this place, like let's do something. But I wasn't responsible for alerting the authorities. Like I just was responsible for detecting the disasters.
And we also know that you have experience in creating a startup.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about how you became involved in the...
Yeah, so it happened after I graduated from my bachelor. It was literally the high peak of coronavirus. So we were all stuck in our houses, like we couldn't do anything. I was still applying to come to here. So I had a lot of time on my hand, and my friends also, we all graduated at the same time. We all had like basically this, we are stuck at home, we can't do anything, but but we have basically our computers. So we decided like let's start working on a startup. Like it was the most it was the most random thing. We were just sitting together talking, and somebody said like let's start a company, and then we were like we were laughing at the beginning, and then we were like we can do this, like we can actually do this. So we were for like two girls and two guys, and I rented a house with my girlfriend, and they rented a house together, and then we started like building capital. So we would get a lot of freelance projects, and then like we spent literally a whole year just us working so hard. We would sleep really late, wake up really early, working so hard. At the end, yeah, we started a company, but after I got accepted here, I decided that I don't want to like I wanted to travel more than staying with them, and the company still exists right now. It's still thriving. They created the first robot last year in my country. Like they were the first company to create a robot like fully made inside our country, like without any, let's say, outside assistance. But yeah, I'm so proud of them for still continuing even after I left. Yeah, but I feel like it's still my dream. Like after I'm done with this chapter of my life, I want to try to create maybe another startup, because if you do it once, then you know that it's feasible, like you can do it again. So hopefully one day.
It's very interesting because many people weren't productive in the period of coronavirus.
Yeah, no, if you
But-
have, if you are, let's say, courageous and a little bit crazy, you can do it. You can create your own company. The thing that encouraged us the most that was basically we are four people who have like we were doing it together. Like we weren't. I think if I was alone, I would be like, okay, like this is too much work. I don't want to do it. But the fact that we were all living in the same house, like we would encourage each other, like okay, let's go, like we're gonna remember this moment in the future. And I do remember these moments. Like I remember my time, even I was working most of the day. I remember that I was really happy because like I was working toward the goal. So yeah, it's a really cool experience to have. Like I would advise people to try it.
So teamwork is more comfortable for you than individual work.
Yeah, because basically like somebody is encouraging you, like you know that you are not doing this just like you're not the one at stake, like all of us is working together, so you'll feel more encouraged, you'll feel more the goal is more important or something like that. I can't explain it, but yeah, the fact that we were four, it gave me a lot of let's say huge push, like let's do it, let's finish this. Yeah.
And is it easy for you to find people here in Moscow?
So I have a good support system in Moscow. I would say that I have really good friends here. Unfortunately, most of them are foreigners. I think that I have like a lot of Russian friends, but I think that the language barrier keeps me from making, let's say, really close friends in like really close Russian friends, because foreigners, like we are all forced to speak in English. So like you have no other option. Like then like if you are all forced to speak in English, then you'll have more connection. Like okay, like let's speak in English. There's no other way. But for Russians, like they can speak their own language. They're more comfortable with it, which like I totally understand. I don't basically like I'm not like, oh, come speak to me, because like my friends who are Russians, like I really like them. Like they're good people, but we're not, let's say, best friends.
So you have this special community of people from different countries here.
Yeah. Basically foreigners. The fact that we live in a dormitory helps us a lot, like to find people from other countries who are in the same situation. They're just studying. They moved recently to Russia, so we have a lot of stuff in common. So it's easy to find, let's say, friends if you're living in a dormitory or something like this.
Mm-hmm. And you work with PyTorch. What do you think is the future of this framework?
So for me, I think PyTorch is the best one between like TensorFlow. If you compare TensorFlow or PyTorch, I think PyTorch is the best. I don't think this is only my opinion. This is a general opinion. I think that it still have a long way to go. Like PyTorch is going to be here for a long time. This is what I think. We're still far from, let's say, creating or moving to new programming languages, because like PyTorch is basically a library on top of Python, and I think Python is still like it's real in its prime. So I think PyTorch is still like gonna be here for a long time.
And what it is for you to begin using this framework?
So at the beginning, when I first started to program AI, I was like any other programmer presented with TensorFlow or PyTorch, and then I made like this huge, let's say, research on the net, like which one is better, how does each one works, and which one is faster, blah blah. So after this huge research, I decided that PyTorch is the way for me. TensorFlow is, I think it's faster or something like that, but PyTorch has a lot of more, let's say, interesting features. The way it is built, dynamic. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but the way it is built, it's better to use PyTorch compared to TensorFlow for me, for my work, at least. I'm not gonna throw shade to TensorFlow. We love you guys.
And what about your free time? How do you spend it?
So mostly I read a lot of manga, which is not healthy. But yeah, I enjoy reading a lot of manga. Also, I like to go walking. Like I really enjoy seeing like all the different parks in Moscow. Like you guys spend a lot of, let's say, effort in making your parks really beautiful, which is really good for me because I love walking. So I spend my time like exploring different parks around Moscow. um Other than that, I love to spend my time with my friends. We talk a lot, like we drink a lot of tea. So this is basically our, let's say, relaxed time. Like this is how we relax. We gossip, we drink a lot of tea, and then basically we just waste our time talking. So yeah, this is basically it. Either I'm reading manga, I'm walking somewhere, or I'm with my friends gossiping about something that is meaningless.
And since moving to Russia, have you discovered any new hobbies here?
New hobbies.
Maybe skiing, skating.
I'm scared. So I was invited multiple times to go skiing. I saw some videos on the net, on the web, where people like would fall or break their leg, or I don't know. I'm too scared.
But there are a lot of videos where people do not.
I don't know. At one time, I swear, like we were on our group chat, like we were talking, like let's go skiing this weekend. Like everybody was for it. Everybody was so excited. And then I just searched on like on Telegram. There is this place where you search for gifs, and then I just searched for skiing in this gifts, and I saw like a lady falling, another lady, like she just, like, it was the funniest thing, but at the same time the scariest thing. So I just sent them like, oh guys, like look at what I found. So I just sent them like 3 or 4 gifts about people like falling, and we all decided, oh no, we don't want to do it. I think I ruined the trip for them, but yeah, like I, at the end I felt so bad. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have sent it, but I was like safer. Like I told them like, you can go, I'm not going.
It's interesting when we had a topic with you about studying abroad. You said that you should not be scared of something new. No.
Well, it's all in perspective. So for me, like trying something that is safe is okay, but trying something that might break your leg is not okay. Because I don't know why. I just felt like it's too dangerous. Maybe I'll do it next year. I'm trying to build confidence from all this summer. Next year, hopefully, I'm gonna go skiing. Hopefully.
Okay. And now we will have a few quick questions. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
What book are you reading now?
So I'm reading a manga, A Beautiful Oppressor or something like this. It's basically a political manga.
How you choose what to read?
So basically, there are Reddit posts where like people with similar interest, they would share like, oh, like guys, check this, like this is really cool, this is really interesting, blah blah. And I'm part of all these Reddit groups. So if they are talking about something that is really, let's say, close to my interest, I would be like, okay, like this is worth checking. So I would read like basically one or two chapters, and if I'm hooked, then like I will read it. If I'm not hooked, then I'm like, this is too boring. It's not for me.
And what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Interstellar. Do you know it?
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
So it's really, really interesting.
Great movie with great music. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I liked it. I also liked the fact that it is nerdy, some kind of nerdy, because they let's say represent the we have three dimensions. They represent the time dimension in a really cool way. Like you can see that he's just scrolling through the time dimension, and this was like so cool for me. Like I've never seen somebody represent this dimension in that way. I'm like, okay, like wow, like is this how you represent it? But yeah, this was really interesting for me. The fact that you can go through
Do you
time.
believe in this that this is maybe somebody in our world
is controlling us?
No. How do you think if it's may it be true? This
like the theory of having multiple dimensions. I think yes. I'm not really, let's say, I'm not really a scientist in physics, but I have searched a little bit about it, and most of the physics scientists, they believe that this is true. So I'm not like going to be like, oh, this is not true. But it makes a lot of sense for us like to have multiple dimensions. I have seen like one person explaining dimensions, and the way that they explain it, it makes a lot of sense. So I can tell you a little bit about it, but if you don't have time, we can skip it. But basically what they are saying that if for stuff that is one dimension, they can't comprehend stuff that it's two dimensions. So if I draw a line or a circle right here, so if it's a line, then it's one dimension. If it's a circle, then it is two dimensions. So the circle will only see me if I put my finger inside the circle. So the circle will see like, oh, like there is something inside of me. But if I'm here, the circle will never know that I exist. And it's the same thing for us. Like we are three-dimensional creatures, so we can never comprehend that there is something that is four dimensions that is floating somewhere. Then we can't see it or we can't comprehend it. But if we think about ourselves like this circle, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense, because I exist. I know that the circle exists, but the circle will never know that I exist. It's too much nerdy stuff. But yeah, I feel like yeah, it is possible.
A circle with an intelligence, just
if you want to think about it, it's the same way as us humans. Like we can comprehend only stuff that is 3 dimensions or less, but we can never comprehend stuff that is 4 dimensions. So but they can, like they can see us or they can understand. It's basically like, I don't know, it's science. Maybe it is a theory or something, but the way that they explain it, it makes you think that yeah, like maybe this works.
And what is your favorite city?
My favorite city, in Russia, it is Moscow. For sure, it is Moscow. But throughout the world, I think that where I was born, it's called Tartus, and it's on the Mediterranean Sea. So I really loved the fact that it is on the sea, and at the same time, like we have a lot of mountains. We had everything. So we had a mountain and the sea next to it. So if you're bored, you can go to the mountain, or if you're bored, you can go to the sea. Like it has this, let's say, diverse nature. So this was really cool. But yes.
And would you like more sea or mountain?
So it depends, because like in winter, the mountains are really, really cold, and it's difficult to live in the mountains. But so I think in the summer you should go to the mountain, and in the winter you should go to the sea, unlike any other human in this earth. But yeah, like I think mountains for me. I prefer mountains.
And what is your favorite activity?
My favorite activity, I think I enjoy walking a lot. Like I like to walk. I like to see nature. I like to basically take pictures of stuff. So for me, I think like walking, I enjoy it a lot.
And what is your main feature?
I think I am kind. I don't know. I think the thing that I feel that is most represent me is that I am so curious. Like I'm curious about everything. So yes, this is my main feature. I'm too curious. Sometimes my sister should be like, okay, like, are you really searching for this? I'm like, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
Wow.
but I'm too curious maybe.
What is your favorite dish?
My favorite dish, it's an Arabic dish. I don't know if you know it. It's called ملوخية. It's really I don't think you guys have it, but it's like some kind of plant, and then you cook it with chicken, and then next to it you cook rice. It's really good. It's sour, but it has its own let's say significant taste. But yeah, this is my favorite.
And do you like some Russian food?
I really love Russian soups. So I think you guys, like, you're really talented with your soups, because like if I am bored, I would just get a soup, and then like it's a whole meal. Like you don't have to basically, for us our soups is really watery. Like it's something that you eat before your main meal. But here, like, you can just have a borscht and then like you're full. Like you don't need anything else. But yeah, I really love borscht specifically. It's one of my favorites.
So it's not difficult for you to find dishes here.
I like the soups. I don't know. For me, I prefer soups. Like I like
Okay.
eating soups. So it makes sense.
Okay, and what is your idea of happiness?
My idea of happiness, I think being surrounded with people that love you and you love them. Like this is the happiest thing that a person can get. Like I am that my happiest if I am talking to my family, or if I am with my friends talking about something that is completely useless, so silly, but I'm just happy that I am with people that I love and they love me. So yeah, this is my idea of happiness.
Finally, what does the Faculty of Computer Science mean to you?
So the Faculty of Computer Science, they provide really good support system for their employees and for the people, the PhD students who, let's say, study here. So this idea of support is really something that's so valuable for me. The second thing is that they organize really cool parties, and they try to get everybody so close together. Like they try to build teamwork, which is also like another thing that is so valuable. So I feel like they treat us like family, so which is something that is so nice. Like I'm happy with this atmosphere.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you for your time.